Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The EST of WWE and the #1 contender for the Women's World Championship, Bianca Belair, received a response after asking for help. Belair was given a huge task for next week's episode of Raw and needed some advice on what to do. Raw was live in Glasgow, Scotland as part of WWE's 3-week Road to WrestleMania 41 tour in Europe. The EST was named special guest referee for the Women's World title match between Io Shirai and Rhea Ripley. In a post on X, formerly known as Twitter, the former women's champion asked referees Jessica Kerr and Daphne Lachon for help on what she needs to know heading into a tough gig. Kerr heard Bianca Belair's plea and responded to the EST of WWE. Check out the exchange below. While some people might scoff at referees and what they do in the ring, it's not an easy job. Bianca Belair will need to be impartial and unbiased, which is hard to since the winner of the match will be the Women's World Champion heading into WrestleMania 41. Nevertheless, the speculation about a potential triple threat match between Belair, Rhea Ripley, and Io Shirai is still rampant. All three stars deserve to be on the card, so fans will have to tune in next week. Jordynne Grace made a name for herself in TNA wrestling and is now part of the NXT roster. Grace has all the potential to get called up to the main roster soon, and she already has a couple of dream matches in her mind. However, before those two matches happen, Grace would love to take on Stephanie Vaquer and Julia in NXT. It remains to be seen how things pan out for the former WWE star. It had been an exhausting Monday night for Bianca Belair. After weeks of tension and fierce competition, she had stepped into the ring at WWE Raw with a mixture of excitement and determination. But when the bell rang, things had not gone as planned. Despite her best efforts, she had lost her match and the frustration was evident on her face. The EST of WWE, known for her strength, agility, and fierce personality, had faced a setback that night, a rare occurrence in her illustrious career. It was the first time in a long while that she felt defeated, both physically and mentally. She made her way backstage, the adrenaline wearing off, leaving behind a deep sense of frustration. As she entered the locker room, her mind raced. Bianca had always prided herself on her ability to overcome obstacles, to stay positive, and to lead by example. But that night, the pressure had caught up with her. What more could she have done? What was she missing? She knew she needed to do something to get back on track. Bianca grabbed her phone and stared at it for a moment. Social media, where fans and fellow wrestlers alike often reached out, was both a place of validation and a source of endless noise. She opened Instagram and saw the thousands of messages pouring in. Most were words of encouragement from fans, reminding her of how far she had come, how much they believed in her. But it was the direct messages that caught her attention. One message in particular stood out. It was from someone she admired deeply, someone who had been through the highs and lows of WWE and had always managed to rise above. It was from none other than Sasha Banks, her longtime friend and one of the most talented superstars in the company. The message read, "Sasha Banks, hey Bianca, I saw what happened tonight. You're tough, but you can't do this alone. If you need help figuring things out, I'm here for you. Let's talk soon. I got you." Bianca stared at the message, her heart swelling with a sense of relief. It was the kind of support she needed, the kind that only someone who truly understood the grind of WWE could offer. For a moment, she simply sat there, holding her phone, feeling a sense of comfort in the knowledge that she wasn't alone in this. Sasha had always been there for her. And now, as the weight of the night settled in, Bianca realized she needed to take Sasha up on her offer. Bianca quickly typed a reply. "Bianca Belair, thanks Sasha. I really appreciate it. Let's talk soon. I need some advice, to be honest. I feel like I've hit a wall, and I can't figure out how to break through." She hit send and leaned back against the locker room wall, taking a deep breath. Her match had been a tough one, but she knew that it wasn't just about physical strength. It was about mental toughness, focus, and strategy. and right now she felt like she needed a change in her mindset. A few minutes later, her phone buzzed with a reply. Sasha Banks, you've always been the EST, but even the best need help sometimes. You're not alone in this, B. Let's catch up tomorrow. I've got some ideas that might help. Bianca smiled to herself. The response was exactly what she needed. She had always been a go-getter, pushing through adversity on her own terms. But this time she realized that asking for help was the key to overcoming her current struggle. It wasn't a sign of weakness. It was a sign of strength. The next day, as promised, Bianca met up with Sasha in a quiet corner of the WWE Performance Center. It was early morning, and the building was still calm, with only a few superstars stretching and warming up for their respective training sessions. Bianca and Sasha sat down on a bench, and Sasha wasted no time diving into the conversation. Sasha Banks, all right, B, let's get down to it. I saw the match last night, and I could tell you were off your game. But it's not about what went wrong last night. It's about what you do next. Bianca nodded, her eyes locked onto Sasha's. She trusted her completely, and in that moment she was ready to listen. Bianca Belair, I just feel like I've been stuck in a rut. Every match feels like I'm fighting for the same thing over and over again. I used to feel like I was unstoppable, but now it's like I'm second-guessing myself. It's frustrating, Sasha. Sasha leaned in, her tone soft but firm. Sasha Banks, listen, I get it. I've been where you are. It's not always about raw talent or strength. Sometimes you have to shift your perspective. The EST of WWE. That's not just about being the strongest or the fastest. It's about being mentally sharp too. You've got to keep your mind as strong as your body. Bianca took a deep breath, absorbing Sasha's words. She knew that she couldn't just rely on her physical skills anymore. She had to evolve. But how? Bianca Belair, how do I do that, though? How do I break free from this mental block? Sasha thought for a moment, her eyes flickering with the same intensity Bianca had seen when they were both competing at the highest level. Sasha Banks, you need to rediscover what made you fall in love with this business in the first place. What drove you to become the EST? It's not just about winning matches. It's about the journey, the grind. Find your why again. And when you step into that ring next time, don't just wrestle. Own it. Every single moment. Bianca sat quietly, reflecting on Sasha's words. She had always been driven by a passion for wrestling, but lately, that fire had dimmed, obscured by the constant pressure to be perfect. Maybe, just maybe, the key wasn't perfection. Maybe it was about embracing the imperfections and using them as fuel for growth. Bianca Belair, you're right. I've been so focused on being perfect that I've forgotten what it's like to just be in the moment, to feel the excitement again. I'm going to change that. Thanks, Sasha. I needed this. Sasha smiled and patted Bianca on the back. Sasha Banks, that's what friends are for. You've got this, B, just remember. You don't have to do it alone. The conversation ended with a renewed sense of purpose for Bianca. She felt like a weight had been lifted from her shoulders, replaced by a renewed sense of clarity and determination. It was time to get back to basics, to rediscover the joy and passion that had first driven her to step into the ring. In the weeks that followed, Bianca took Sasha's advice to heart. She began focusing more on her mental preparation, allowing herself to embrace the unpredictability of each match, rather than trying to control every single aspect. She also made time to connect with her fans more, remembering why she started this journey in the first place, to inspire others. And as for her next match, Bianca was ready. This time, she would step into that ring with a new mindset, one where the pressure to be perfect no longer weighed her down. Instead, she would focus on the love of the game, the joy of competing, and the strength that came from within. When the bell rang for her next match, Bianca didn't just wrestle, she'd owned it. Every moment, every move, every second. And when her hand was raised in victory, it was more than just a win. It was a testament to her growth, her resilience, and the power of asking for help when it was needed most. Backstage, Sasha was there, watching with a proud smile as Bianca celebrated her hard-earned victory. They exchanged a knowing look, and Bianca's eyes gleamed with gratitude. Bianca Belair, thanks, Sasha. I couldn't have done it without you. Sasha Banks, I didn't do anything. You did it. You found your fire again. And as Bianca walked off into the night, she felt ready for whatever challenges came next, knowing that with the right mindset, there was nothing she couldn't overcome. The end. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.